going to be doing episode 10 of Healing Good Precure. It's actually the same day that I filmed the number 9, but a few hours later. This one was a little different from the rest of the episodes, and I will get into that a little later. But first, I'm going to give you the synopsis of this episode. Basically, the gang goes to a neighboring town, like a train ride over, and go to a museum. They said it was a school trip, but like in the subtitle, because I watched it like fan subbed, it said like school trip, like it translated school trip, but I think it's a school assignment trip. So I don't know. Even though I do understand Japanese, I do still read the subtitles like subconsciously. I don't know. Tell me if anyone else does that. I actually do that with like closed captions too. And then the mascots, they actually come because they feel like just in case something bad happens that they should be there. And because this is a formulaic kids show, something happens like a second after they see them come. Like the bad guy. And I feel like for the most part this was I thought until the very end of this episode that this would be my least favorite episode because it felt like nothing really happened. Like, yeah, they went to a museum. Yeah, they're somewhere else. Cool, they're in a different town. Nadoka got to go on her first train ride because she's never been on the train, which as a New Yorker, I've never, that's crazy that she's never been in a train. I didn't feel like that much happened in this episode. I felt like it was very short. And then, halfway through the episode, we realized that the villains have leveled up. Basically, all 3 villains are there at the same exact time. And because they're all there at the same exact time, there are 3 Mega Byogans. Mega Byogan. 3 of them. And there had 3, we always had one at a time, and they defeated them, and blah blah blah. But there was 3, they ended up splitting. Basically, Latte is always sick, obviously, by the point of this episode, but she's like really sick this time, like really like just in pain, screaming out sick. And so they're like, what the fuck's going on? And then they realize that it's because there's 3 villains, and also technically, they took the essence of every single art piece at that museum. So I think there's more, technically there's one mega energy, but like came from a bunch of different elements, which is interesting. So Nadoka's episode for inner turmoil, because all 3 characters always have inner turmoil. Not that I have a problem with it, it's just kind of like the way it goes. And literally they defeat one of the 3. So yeah, they defeat one of the 3 villains for this episode, and then it ends. This is a 2-part episode. We have never had a fucking 2-part episode yet, so this is really exciting. I don't really know, like, if that means that they're going to gear towards a storyline, like what the villains are gonna do, why the villains are doing things. Are we getting more insight on the villains and like the background and why they're there? Possibly, because we're 1/5 into this, 1/5-ish into the series. We're episode 10, and these animes typically go from 50 to 54 episodes per like child anime. So I don't know. Are we gonna get the storyline pushing a little bit more? Maybe not. We might get more like chiller episodes to get to know the characters more. But I feel like we're at that point where we could get more and be okay with it because we know our characters well enough. Also, even though we don't have like a whole, like, we're at a place where it's good enough that we could have like a bigger arching storyline. And typically, these days they start at 3 Precures and then they end up with 5. So I feel like maybe they're going towards that too. I don't know. I haven't watched the Precure series since like in full since the original Precure, and actually that's a lie, since Precure Go-Go and Precure Go-Go 5 I haven't watched any, so I don't know what they're doing. I know that the format's a little bit different now, so I'm actually excited. I'm really excited. Even though I went into this episode thinking it was going to be my least favorite, it is intriguing me. So yeah, I might be actually 2 episodes behind. Well, no. Yeah, still 2 episodes behind 1 or 2 episodes behind. I don't know. I got really behind on these videos, so there might be 2 Precure videos again next week. Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.